Hello.
Hi.
So it happened again. Unfortunately, we just had too much to say about these lovely songs on the Skool Luv Affair album.
And we had really good feedback on the Love Yourself tier episode coming out in parts, so we could go into more detail of the lyrics and talk for a little bit longer.
But the episodes were a bit shorter. So we have decided to go with the same format again. I think we're probably going to keep it going forward, aren't we?
They're going to be shorter episodes, with the final episode being where we give out the awards. It also means for you guys, they'll come out more quickly. Yeah, they'll come out more often. So it's going to be better.
Get more
better,
content. Better. But yeah, you do get more content out of it. So hopefully it's good news. I think that's all we have to say for now. And we hope you enjoy this part of the episode. All right, Skit Soulmates time. This was produced by P-Dog. It's the skit. So it starts with them talking about how the red recording light makes them nervous. So they clearly just started recording. They're like, oh my God, the red recording light, so nervous. And they don't know what they're going to do for the skit. That's what they're talking about. So Tay keeps being like, what should we do? And then Jin suggests that they do something really cringe. And then Hobie suggests that they talk about their ideal types. Tay's like, what's your ideal type then? And Hobie answers, a girl like you. And Tay's like, really? Seriously? Oh, that's when he's like shouting. When he goes like, Ginger.
And then Aaron throws them out of the band.
Yeah.
And then
but then Hobie says, I want to bite you. And then Namgi are both like, no, we'll be a 5-member band from now on.
Hip-hop style.
Yeah, hip-hop style. Real men, manly men, guys.
Really I like that. Aaron throws them out of the band and then Yoongi kills them.
Yeah. And then Bang PT comes in and asks what they're doing. He asks if they've worked until dawn, so it's really late at night. And Supreme Boy is like, no, we're recording. And he says, like, not quite till dawn. Hobie asks Bang PD what they should do for the skit, and Supreme Boy says he's just planning on using this recording now. And then Yoongi's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And Jin, RM, and Hobie asks Bang PD to suggest some ideas or say a few words, but then he doesn't. And then that's it.
That's the end. Yeah. I like that Supreme Boy's in the skit.
Yeah.
Shout out to that boy.
Yeah.
Lad. Who could have been in the band.
He could have been, yeah.
Could have been.
Tough day for Supreme Boy. He is on Cypher 3, though.
He is on Cypher 3.
Yeah. I wrote that this just feels like they didn't know how to come up with a skit that would fit the love theme. Yeah. It's just like, we don't really want to talk about this. We're just going to talk about it.
I bet it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny, yeah. I hope he got closest with his ideal type thing. But then he just turned it into a joke, so he didn't even talk about it.
But if I was a very young teenage girl and Obi and V had this interaction about you're my ideal type, or I want to bite you.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh my Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh also, my Jesus, there go the boys.
Also, I probably wouldn't want them to talk about their ideal types, because what if they said, oh, I want someone with straight hair and you had curly hair or whatever. Like, yeah, you don't want to alienate people either. Sugar said in his behind the scenes that they just didn't know what to say, but Bang PD said that he liked the skit as it was, as in like what they just recorded, so they just used it. Anyone have any pressing thoughts they'd like to share about the skit?
No, liked it.
No. Good. Where are you from, Tash?
Barnsley. That's the name.
I was hoping that you'd say
Natasha
that.
is from.
Yeah, and you're from.
It's often chanted by football hooligans.
Where You From is written by Cream, Hang Yo, RM, Sugar, J-Hope, and produced by Layback Sound. It's the second song sung in Satori, Korean dialect. The track narrates BTS meeting someone they are attracted to, asking them about themselves and talking about where each other are from. And then it ends with the conclusion that no matter where you're from, people still have a lot in common and are able to connect to one another.
Suga said this in his behind the scenes thing. I'm not sure it's like super clear from the lyrics, but apparently it's about him being from Gyeongsang-do and Jae from Jeollado. And as we talked about when we talked about Paldo-gangsan, which is the other Satori song, those provinces are like not friends.
Derby.
Exactly. but they're essentially going after the same girl and trying to like outdo each other. That's what the song is about, according to him. And I'm sure he knows, to be fair. Yeah. So
According to him, and he wrote it.
Allegedly, the song's about this. No, actually, it's about this. If he says it's about this, it's about this.
Rumours started by Sugar that the song is about two conflicting dialects going from the same girl.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yep, it starts off with Sugar saying, "Girl, where'd you come from? What a mystery. Where are you heading? How old are you? Are you older than me? You aren't? Then I'm your oppa. Yeah. Awesome. Your face is so small and pretty." I guess it's similar to the like age thing where it's like if you have the same, born in the same year, like your friends and stuff, where he's like, "Oh, are you from here?" With the oppa thing, it's like, I guess it's like more common for people to be like, "Oh, oppa." Like that is like a lovey term.
I think it's like girls tend to want an oppa, don't they? Like someone older. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sort of flirting with her there, isn't he? Because he's like,
"I'm your oppa."
Oh yeah, I'll be your oppa. I'll be your older boy.
And then the bit about your face is so small and pretty. Korean beauty standards is like having a small face means you've got good body proportion. So
yeah.
No.
They're obsessed with small face, where they put their like hands in front of their face when they take photos.
And then he says, "You look so fresh, like a salad, so smooth."
How many salads have you ever come across that are smooth?
Loads.
Lettuce is not smooth. Like, what sort of salad is this? This really smooth.
It's like
salad.
spinach, that's quite smooth.
Spinach salad.
In Gyeongsandu, maybe the salads are smooth. We should have checked when we were in Busan.
Well, we'll have to go back.
Yeah, we'll have to.
You can ask Yoongi. Put it on your list of questions for Yoongi.
Smooth salads,
smooth
Chef
like
Min.
salad.
Yes. So like they came up with better food smooth references later. Let's put it that way.
Maybe it means like a light one. Like having loads of fried foods, like heavy and whatever. Smooth, it's like more digestible.
You want a really digestible girlfriend?
No, but you don't want someone who's like heavy and gonna weigh you down with all their like drama and shit,
I'm glad you said with their drama and not fat.
No, drama.
Moving on.
Okay. Have you eaten? I'm not just flirting with you. Want to get some coffee? Is coffee okay? So in Korea, to ask people, have you eaten? Apparently after the Korean War, food was harder to come by. Therefore, to show your concern on someone's well-being, you'd say, like, have you eaten?
It's like a deeper than how are you? It's a concerning.
It's like I think
concerning. I care about your welfare.
I've heard that when you flirt there, you often get like questions about like your health. Be sure not to catch a cold and all that sort of stuff. So that's what he's getting at, I think.
And from my extensive K-drama knowledge, often if a guy asks a girl, "Have you eaten?" and she says yes, that's her being dismissive.
So
and
like, I don't want to.
Whereas if they say, "Have you eaten?" no, then they often is, "Let's eat."
Yeah.
So it's often like, "Have you eaten?" as in, "Can I take you on a date?"
I get
now.
it. Yeah.
What's the coffee bit mean, Leanne?
I think that's just it. Do you like coffee?
No, that's, do you want to go on a coffee date?
Yeah, no, but like if she says, "No, I've not eaten," and he says, "Yeah, let's go get some coffee," then I'd be like, "No, fuck, I want to eat."
Well, I think he said, "Have you eaten?" and she said, "Yeah." And he said, "I'm not just flirting with you. Want to get some coffee? Is coffee okay?" He's trying again.
Fine. Well, we'll find out later who she picks. So let's carry on.
Oh, I hope it's Hobie. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, go.
Tasha.
J-Hope says, "Pretty eyes, pretty nose, you're so pretty. Just looking at you makes me happy. But where did you come from? My heart is pierced by Cupid's arrow. Anyway, you're such a fair lady. Any guy would fall for you after the first glance. I have to approach you before someone else takes you away. I will make my move on you first."
I've read a translation where it says, "I should just go bite you before anyone else does."
Yeah.
But according to the lyrics that But no, so according to the dulcet lyrics girl, who's great, this phrase is apparently usually used about like someone who you'd like to dote on, like a child, like a cute baby, because you'd go like, "Oh, that baby's so cute, I'd want to bite
I want
their
to eat
cheeks."
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That baby.
Yeah. So that's apparently what it means. So then we hit the chorus,
which is JK and B saying, "Where did you come from? Won't you tell me your name? I'm so eager to know. So very curious." And then it goes on to the hook with JK and Jimin saying, "I'm from Busan and you're from Gwangju, but we're alike, even here in Seoul. even here in Jeju Island. Everyone's in love. Oh, yeah.
Gwangju is where Hobie's from, in the Jeolla province, and Busan is where Jimin and JK are from, in Gyeongsang-do.
Sugar says, stop playing hard to get before I kick you in the butt. Apparently, in 2011, a comedian used a satori phrase, which means, shall I kick you in the butt, on a Korean sketch comedy show. And it's like a playful way of scolding, like a bit of a threat.
In the dulcet lyrics, it again said it's a more exaggerated version of like, do you want to be punished or scolded? But I'm not sure if it's
I'm gonna spank
same.
It's spanking
sexually.
It's spanking.
Okay.
And then he says, don't get me angry before I change my mind. That guy's no good. Are you being like this because of him? Of course I'm mad because you like him instead of me. Girl, are you kidding me? Are you blind? The world is full of guys like that. The guy only knows himself. My heart is all yours. I only know you.
She is blind. Stupid girl. Yeah. Anyway.
Difficult one. Yeah. Not for you. No, well, Hobie's the other guy.
Yeah, I know, but it's not a difficult one still.
The Hobie's very handsome. You take that back.
I know. It's just...
You apologise to these listeners.
I apologise. It's just obviously... Here's my bias. So...
You can't just imply that J-Hope's ugly, though.
No, I didn't imply that whatsoever.
Girl, are you kidding me? Are you blind?
No, are you blind as in like, can't you see how amazing I am? I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Because Hobie is very handsome.
I wasn't saying that he was ugly whatsoever. I was just saying, you know, it'd be crazy not to want, this guy wants to kick you in the butt. So...
Or the other guy.
The other guy aside. If someone wants to kick you in the butt, you know, I'm all yours.
This guy wants to give you the world.
That's true. Let's hear what he wants from his next bit.
J-Hope says, oh my, look, what's this girl's doing to me. What she doing is no joke. If you keep doing that, my heart will tremble, my hands will shake, and I'll run out of breath. Are you saying you like me right now? I guess you're interested in Cholado, guys. All right. Where are you from again?
You know how he goes like, gushigi gushigi he? Again, we talked about that in Paldegangsang, how gushigi is like a magical word that can mean anything in like a Jeolla dialect. I think what it means in the lyrics is like, are you feeling it now? Like, are you feeling this like certain something feeling? Like there's something in the air, basically. And then he goes, is your heart full of hushigi hushigi now? So your heart full of J-Hope now? Yeah. Which is also cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then she still hasn't told him where she's from, you know?
Jesus Christ! I know. And then all of a sudden RM's here.
Fucking hell.
He's like, wait a minute, where are you from?
He says, I don't care if you're from the moon or the stars. You and I are the same. You're a cool girl. I'm pretty cool too. There's no other choice but to fall in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Yeah, that was the amazing bridge that he was talking about in that comeback interview.
Yeah. If I'm not gonna lie, if RM said that to me, in spite of what Youngie and Hobie had said, I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
Genius boy, you.
Genius.
Yes.
Flipping those lyrics.
But yeah.
I think it's pretty fun and playful. I do like it. It sounds cute.
Yeah, I remember when we spun it in, you were like, oh, I really like where you're from. So it's cute. I think it's grown on me through the research. It hadn't like stood out to me before, but when I researched, I was like, yeah, this is cool. It's fun. Yoongi said about it in his album review that when they did the previous Satori song, people had found that really fun, so they wanted to do like another Satori song because that had gone down well. But he said like this song has a sweeter style. I think it's just about how you can be in love with someone regardless of where they're from. Yeah. You know, they love her even though they don't even know where she's from.
They still love her?
Yeah. She could be from anywhere.
She could be from Jeju, and that's far.
Moon or the stars, that's even further. You know. So yeah, do you like it then?
I like it. I think it's cute.
Yeah. Performance-wise, I only managed to find one of this song.
Which is adorable.
It is adorable,
and
but...
they got that little, like, cheek choreo. They all, like, shimmer to the side.
I didn't think you'd like it, though, because JK and RM aren't there. Apparently, they weren't sick or anything. It was just, like, according to this girl who had posted the video on YouTube, before they had solo songs, they used to, like, give each other, like, rest songs. Rest. Yeah. So Suga sings RM's Big Bridge, and he does an excellent job, except maybe the, like, final two notes are a bit...
And they do the pointing, like, in the Satori rap.
Yeah.
Same old literal choreo. Are you from here or here? Should we go here?
Left or right? Yeah. They all wear these like grey top things.
Is it of the era?
Yeah.
I think Jin looks great in it.
Yeah.
With his tousled hair.
The
Looks
hoodie
like
hoodie is nice.
Mm.
V and Sugar look like they're in rain jackets,
Mm.
but the rest are nice.
Not gonna lie, the backup dancers behind are a bit like weird. Three of them wearing like the scarf on the faces. One guy that literally looks like they've just pulled him off the street. I'm like, just move your hands about. It's like when you're like busking and someone else is like joins in on dance, like a random dance play, and they've just like jumped on stage being like, yeah, I can get behind this one.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate, to be fair. I think that's
the backup dancers are disgustingly distracting.
Backup dancer budget wasn't there just then. Really tough.
Yeah.
Anyway, just one day. Should we take just one day to talk about just one day? I want to talk about it all day.
All day long.
All day. I love it so much. So, Just One Day, or Haruman, which is the Korean title, was written by P-Dog, RM Sugar J-Hope, and produced by P-Dog. So Sugar wrote this. He's talked about writing this in the hospital while he was recovering from appendicitis.
Jesus,
Very
boy.
sad. Oh, poor baby. It's about what they would do if they had just one day to spend with the one that they love. So Sugar, they were on promotion in Japan, and he had his appendix burst while they were there, and then he sort of had a really bad stomach ache, and then he went and got it checked out in Japan, and they said, we think it's appendicitis, and then he flew back to Korea to get it treated. I don't know much about appendicitis, but apparently that's not a very good idea, because it can be quite dangerous, and sort of should get it checked out immediately,
because it can burst, and then that's like fatal.
Well, I think it already had burst.
It's fatal.
Yeah.
Poisonous.
So yeah, exactly. It's got quite a lot of like poison stuff in it. So he then flew back to Korea.
There's a really weird reason that I know that. My dad has a big scar on his belly, and he used to tell us that boys have boys and girls have girls, and that was the scar from where my dad had my brother. And then later, when I was like a teenager, he was like, "No, that's from when my appendicitis burst." I was like, but boys have boys and girls have girls. And he was like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Literally.
I
think I was like 12, 13.
Oh, no.
It was late when they told me that was like a lie that they just spun.
Yeah. Thankfully, Sugar was okay, despite having flown with his appendicitis. My friend told me that apparently people tend to fly back to get health things done in Korea because they've got like an amazing healthcare system.
Oh.
It's like, I'm not sure. I think everyone's provided with health insurance, but it's all privatized, so it's all to like a very high standard, she said. Anyway, he wrote this beautiful song while recovering. So it starts with JK singing yeah yeah, and then RM says just one day, one night, and then Sugar's verse is the first one, and he says, if I had just one day, I want to peacefully fall asleep, intoxicated with your sweet scent. If there's a chance in my busy schedule, I want to lay my body in your warm and deep eyes. Aww.
Cheeky.
Yeah. I like that, your long, straight hair, your breathtaking neck when you put it up, and the strands that fall out. Wherever we go, my handbag is your waist.
Aww.
Oh, and I put cry emoji so much.
You've got curly hair.
I can straighten my hair.
I do whatever that boy wants.
Get
ask him my
that
questions.
Keratin treatment. I will invest. Not a problem.
Why are you always shitting on my dreams, Leanne?
Exactly. If that's the bar, then I will get over it.
Why has he got a handbag?
Your waist is my handbag, so his hand is like always on her waist.
He wasn't
It's
like
cute.
using her like buckaroo
No.
to like put like his toys around her waist. Puts a belt around her waist.
Why would you think that?
Puts a
No,
belt around her
obviously
waist and
not.
hangs his phone from it. His keys.
Obviously not. Okay, he wants to put his hand on the waist and just go along like coupley.
Yeah,
coupley.
Not practical.
Cute. Well, he doesn't need a handbag, okay? He's a manly man, so he can have the waist instead. So, anyway, and then he says, wherever I see you, I run out of breath like the streets of Myeongdong.
Hey,
we've been
you sang
there.
karaoke in Myeongdong.
And then he says, our BGM, which I think is background music, is the sound of breathing. Your voice when you say my name. I want to be locked in you and swim in you. I want to know you more and explore venturing through your deep forest of mystery.
Oh, babe.
I know. I appreciate the masterpiece that is you, because your existence alone is art. I imagine this all night, every night, because these are meaningless dreams to me anyway, which is sad.
Oh no.
I know, yeah. I can't.
He's like, I want you, but no, you're
But
just
no.
a dream.
Yeah, he's an idol. Can't have anyone.
Maybe that's why he was all in his feels, because he thought he might die. You know, when you really want to cuddle when you're hungover.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, he said he kind of struggled to get in the mood to write these lyrics, but he did a really good job.
I'm going to get in the mood to write a love song, put a fucking candle on.
Yeah.
Bring me a salad.
No, it's not funny. It's deep and meaningful. Okay, he's in his feels.
He's in his feels. Then he gets JK to sing his chorus.
Yeah, the chorus goes, just one day, if I can be with you. Just one day, if I can hold your hand. Just one day, if I can be with you. Just one day, if only we can be together. And then they do the do it bit, which I love.
Very cute.
Yeah. I hope I can be with you for just one day. Having a party with only you. And I also love it when J-Hope goes, party. I'm like, yeah, party.
On the body?
No, with only you. Well, they might party on the body, but with only you. Do it. I hope I can be with you for just one day. And then the second time, Tae does the party in his very deep voice. Party. Yeah. And I put, that part makes me so happy. The song is just like a roller coaster. And then, so in the performance and music video, Tae does the first 2 lines of the next verse, but I swear in the track it's RM, and then in the MV I think they've recorded Tae's voice over RM's.
Wow,
that's my hot take, because it doesn't sound like Tae at all when you listen to the song. But anyway,
doesn't sound like RM.
Yeah, it sounds like RM to me. There are a couple of performances which I didn't link, but in them RM sings the whole thing. So I don't know why they've done it this way, but it's nice anyway. So V starts the next verse. If only I could do that, how nice would it be? If only we could go anywhere to eat and watch a movie comfortably. I would do anything, girl. And then RM takes over saying, I'm sorry, maybe I'm too rational, but still, if you see me someday, please smile at me. Maybe you resent me a little or a lot. I know I couldn't look at you more because of my dream. So I think he's
real.
This sort of calls back to Coffee for me. Like, he's talking about someone he's had to break up with because he became a trainee or debuted or whatever. But he wants to sort of assure them that, like, even though I'm like pursuing my dream and like doing reasonably well now, I'm like, it's still hard. Like, I still miss you. Then he says, then just give me one day, even if it's in my dream, just one day out of all those words I had to swallow in blaming reality. I'll pick one and tell it to you for sure. Let's meet when the morning glory blooms and part when they wither. Yeah, and I put school era RM is still RM. So morning glories apparently are flowers that bloom in the morning and start to fade later in the afternoon. And they bloom and die that same day. They're just living one day.
They don't.
Yeah.
Oh, June.
They do, yeah.
Oh.
Really good line. So
it's not just one day.
Yeah, exactly.
But then the flowers are only around for a day.
Yeah.
You know how smart you have to be able to make that reference? Fucking smarter than I am.
So smart.
Even now.
Yeah.
How old is he? Like, what, 20?
19.
19!
Well,
Natasha, as a 19-year-old, are you coming up with stuff like this?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, well done, RM. Very good line.
Great job.
And then he says, I didn't think I'd get over you easily, but is it selfish of me to hope it's the same for you? I'm still lying, saying that it's all for you. You are standing in the center of my heart. So cute, but sad, kind of.
And I hope you don't hate me.
Yeah. And then they do the chorus again, and then Hobie does the bridge, and he says, let's go 24 hours. If there was only the two of us, I'd kiss your lips from the morning and have a bite of brunch that can't be missed. I'd hold your hand and soak up the sun. It's not over yet. In the beautiful night, I'll confess to you, with the moon as our light, all of these things tell me, if I have just one day, it's possible.
Oh,
So
what
he's,
a cute day.
Again, quite hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because love is hope.
Yeah. And then they do the chorus again 2 times, and then RM does his, can you please stay with me? It's really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is really nice. And I think it's interesting because it's probably the most honest they've ever got about the sort of idol experience and how it prevents them from having this just one day, as opposed to like a lot of other K-pop songs that would still do a lot of like, oh yeah, I'm so in love, I love you, blah, 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 blah. They're like, no, we can't have it. But if we could, then this is what I'd do.
If we could, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we know. And it's authentic. The days are different and resonate with the different boys and what they'd do.
Yeah, and it is fairly, you can tell who's written
each verse
again, because Sugar's all like, I want to sleep.
Let's just chill out. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
And RM's like, I know broke up, don't hate me.
Yeah.
But this beautiful flower that withers away.
Blah, blah, blah. But Sugar also gets in his feels, which I think an underrated feelings heavy boy.
And then Hobie's like, let's get some food. And then I'll tell you I love you.
And
done.
And then let's hope for, it can happen. Yeah, so Sugar said in his album review that he remembers working on it in the hospital. And I wrote that it kind of underlines the whole point of the song, because they don't even have time to be in the hospital without having to work. Yeah.
I don't know if he had to work, right? That's not how writing works and inspiration works. I guess back then maybe they did.
Yeah, I think he did, because he talked about later on that he remembers the whole process of writing this album being super hectic. Like, they had to like run to the mixing room and like record for a bit, and then run to the practice room and then run back and forth and like be super busy. Maybe it might have been a thing where they were like, well, if you want to contribute songs to the album, like, we need them now, sort of thing. Well, he said while working on it, he really used his imagination, but he found it difficult to get into it. So he revised his lyrics like a lot of times, he said. He was relieved in the end that the fans liked the song.
Oh.
Yeah, and he said aside from Boy in Love, he worked on all the songs in the hospital. Do you have any thoughts, Tash?
I really, really like this song. It's always nice and soft to listen to.
I was really worried there when you were like hesitating. I was like, God, she's going to hate it. But
I hate the MV.
You hate the MV? No.
I know.
What'd you hate about it?
Just the chairs and jumping on the chairs and getting down from the chairs and holding out the hand and like looking all longingly. Yeah, it's Christina and I had a fairly small fight about just one day during the process where I was like, I hate the whole thing. I just hate it. I hate this whole concept. I hate the idealized romance. She was like, yeah, but I love it, and you've made out that like things that I like are dumb. So then when I came back round, I liked the song and I liked the lyrics and I hate the MV.
No, it's so
I know.
good.
I just feel like a little bit like the LA version. It's just too cringy. It's too cringy for me.
It's not cringy.
I find it too cringy. I prefer them when they're angry hip hop rather than like softer.
No.
Trying to flirt with me through the TV.
It's not trying to flirt with you though. It's just kind of silly, cutesy,
romantic. The choreo's a bit too slow as well.
No, the choreo's amazing. I love this MV as much as I love the song. It's so happy. I love the preppy red, white, and black school uniforms.
Oh,
I love the streetwear. I love the super smooth chair dance. I genuinely love that chair dance so much. Like, it's the smoothest thing. And every time I see it, I'm like, yeah. And if they perform it without the chair dance, and I'm like, no, I will not watch this. But yeah, and I love the cute camera bits and the sun-soaked beige rooms with the clock. I love Jimin's like slow-mo spinny jump things. I love Tate being tiny. I love Jin's Rose. Love it all.
Oh, I hate Jin's Rose.
Oh no, I love it.
Hate the song.
Love it.
I even hate when RM bites his lip. But all the boys bite their lips at previous points. The only person that can pull off a decent lip bite is Jimin, and not in this era. So when he pulls it in this era, I'm like, Jimin, get gone. Youngie can pull off a good lip bite. Now, not then.
Youngie could do it then.
No.
What do you think, Tash?
The like windowy shadow a bit. I thought you might have liked Leanne because it looks like indigo teaser photos.
Yeah, it does.
Fine. Maybe that one bit looks a bit indigo. The whole concept of the MV.
Wow.
I'm out.
I hate this.
I know. Hot take. It's not me as well.
Really.
Hey, but I've really come round.
Really crap. That's good. Oh, you'd be crazy. Like that girl that didn't want to be with RM.
Exactly. That's not me. I like the lyrics. I like the song. I like the authenticity of it.
Do you like the video, Tash?
Yes, it is cute. It'd be nice to see like if they did like a remake of it. Like obviously with like a similar vibe with like the chairs and the shadows, but like with the visuals they have now.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I would love that so much.
There's also a reason they haven't.
They've performed it recently. I just didn't include the links because
maybe if I would have seen that version, I might have felt differently.
Okay, well, I'll find it for you later. But no, I didn't include it because I wanted it to be, true to the era. And there's so much content for this. There's a million versions of the NV and stuff. But yeah, they have performed it recently with much sturdier chairs. I think the only thing about the chairs that I don't like is that, especially there's the bit where J-Hope sits down And then he like jumps straight onto the chair, and I'm always like, oh my god, he's gonna fall over. Danger. Yeah, danger. So yeah, that's the only bit that I don't like about the chairs, but I love the chair dance. It just makes me very happy. And then there's a few versions of the music video. There's the dance version. It's the dance prac in the music video, essentially. Facial version, which is where they don't do any dancing, they just do the little like camera.
So I went
moments.
into the facial version thinking this is it. Then the choreo won't be there. Maybe I hit the choreo, but no, they're too young.
I can't get behind this tape whatsoever. Anyway, so yeah, there's a dance version and a facial version. If, unlike Leanne, you want to bask in the glory of the Just One Day music video.
I mean, like the appeal version.
Yeah, so there's a normal dance break, but I didn't include that one. I included the appeal version because Tae's losing his head the whole time. So it looks like he's had a massive laughing fit like just before they start recording this. And then he sort of keeps a straight face until RM says, just one day, one night. And that's like the third word of the song. And he starts laughing. And they do all the dance moves really like exaggerated and funny. And there's loads of like cuts for Tae's laughing. So normally, obviously, the dance pracs are like one shot. But yeah, they left a lot in of him laughing, especially the chorus where he fronts it. The first part of that's really bad. Together, yeah. No. The other boys are funny too. They do like
some of the boys do laugh as well.
Yeah, there's lots of funny dancing, and at the end they all like scream and like jump around. So yeah, that one's good. You like that one?
I like that one. Because it's silly.
The whole song is silly, that's the point. The whole music video is silly. Like they know.
No, I just don't think they do know.
They do. Do you like the appeal version?
Yes. They're all just so cute.
And then there's Show Champion, where they do the performance. They're wearing school uniforms, but they all have this like hairdo where all the hair is like combed forward over your forehead.
Ugh.
And it's not great, I'm not gonna lie.
Fire that stylist.
It's all Justin Bieber's fault, I bet. But it was really all the rage at the time, this hairdo. Yeah.
It's a shame that they're still in the school uniform.
Yeah.
Why do they have so many school uniforms?
Oh, we've talked about that before, haven't we? It's because they're probably signed with some sort of school uniform brand. Yeah. I think this was the big school uniform song, on the promo trail. They were like, we're not going to do Boy in Love at school uniforms because we're all angry and like rebel-y, but Just One Day we will do in school uniforms.
Everyone go out and buy our school uniform.
There's also one where they do it on the radio. It's the same one that we've linked before, where Hobie has the chips jumper. Yeah. It doesn't include the bit where he eats the chips.
But we know that he does.
He does,
He eats the chips on that jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar's still reading his lyrics off his phone.
He's just got out of the hospital.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
Sure, yeah. RM, when he's doing his rap, is doing it all like emotionally with his eyes closed. And then he's standing next to Sugar and he keeps like popping in behind him and like copying him. And he does it like a few times during RM's verse. And it's very cute. And then I wrote that JK looks a bit angry at the end. He gives them all the others a look, being like, you guys are so silly. Like, we're trying to do the serious radio performance.
Do the serious performance at the radio.
Exactly.
Hobie, stop eating the chips.
Yeah.
Youngie, stop trolling.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of side-eye. It's a weird one because it's Jin's got his coat on, RM's got his coat on, Sugar's got his scarf on. It's like they've just walked in and like, yeah, you're on. And they're like, oh,
Maybe it was really cold that day. But
I think it's styling. I think, again, fire the stylist.
Yeah, well,
the stylist was like, Youngie needs the biggest scarf in the
world's
whole
biggest
world.
Scarf. Yeah, I know. I think we said that when we...
for the Valentino fashion show. It came in snuggly.
Yeah, he did. People have found that look on the runway, and it's like actually with like a sheer top.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, when the model does it.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Oh, also we forgot to mention, but there's that clip of him when he's watching the show. The girl with the like really sheer top walks by, and everyone's like looking at the model, obviously, but he's like looking up.
Not today. Yeah. I am not getting caught on this.
Yeah, it's like, not seen this. I didn't see it. That's the best part about the Valentino show, actually.
It's a good look for Youngie, actually. He looks cute there with the big scarf.
With the big scarf?
Yeah.
No, he looks a bit silly.
So...
He is cute continuously. You know my love for School area, Youngie. And then we have a dip in Dark and Wild, and then we get back up. It's all good, guys.
It's all good.
Yeah. Right. Any last words for Just One Day?
Sorry.
So, yeah, you like the song.
I can only be honest.
That is what you're here to be. So, not a problem. Our next song, I was trying to think of a clever link there, but didn't
We
happen.
have to go to tomorrow.
We have to go. It's tomorrow now. After just one day.
And the sun has risen.
It becomes tomorrow. Nice. It was right there.
Yeah.
Damn. Natasha, tell us about tomorrow.
So Tomorrow is written by Sugar, Slow Rabbit, RM, J-Hope, and produced by Sugar and Slow Rabbit.
Production credit for our boy.
Boy. He's done so much on this album.
So the song's pretty much about the struggles of being a young person trying to follow your dreams in the world where people are settling for nothing. It references time when you're working so hard to complete what you want to do in life, but being set back. But eventually, as long as you work hard, everything will fall into place. So, in summary, keep following your dreams, even though some things may discourage you.
Yeah.
Aww.
And like, it's okay to take a break. Like, taking a break doesn't mean giving up.
It starts off with Sugar and V saying, "Same day, same moon, 24/7, every moment repeats. My life is in between. Jobless 20-somethings are afraid of tomorrow. It's funny you think anything is possible when you're a kid, when you feel how hard it is to get through the day."
I think he's saying, like, he's realizing now how hard it is just to get through the day. Yeah.
Sugar also mentions unemployment, which is a major societal problem in South Korea.
I looked up and it said that 70 to 80% of young people go to university, but only 30% of jobs demand highly educated workers, which apparently is a cause of a lot of outrage, because obviously you pay for this university education, but you can't get paid accordingly, but also you obviously would need to pay the debt
to work a low-skilled job.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I read like a article about this being a big problem in America as well. Like after the financial crisis and stuff, degree educated people ended up working in like coffee shops.
The finish it was saying every single day is repetition of Control-C, Control-V, which is like every single day is the same, copy and pasted. And I guess a copy of every day is not getting you any further than that day.
Yeah, I guess going through the motions of this routine, and you're trying to make a living, but you're sort of just firefighting to get through the day or like feed yourself or whatever, and you don't have any time to sort of pursue dreams or passions. There's a bit that he says just before the Control-C, Control-V bit where he says, "I keep feeling down like the control beat gets downed." Apparently there was a diss battle between rappers, which was in the Korean hip hop scene in the summer of 2013, so the summer before this album came out. It used the beat from a song called Control by Big Sean feat Kendrick Lamar and Jay Electronica. And because of this, I downloaded the control beat, became like a slang, meaning to like diss or accuse someone.
Oh, cool.
And then in Konglish, which is like, you know, the abbreviations that they do in Korean English and using like English words as slang, downloaded is often shortened to down. So when he says, "I keep feeling down like the control beat gets down," meaning like I'm facing a lot of opposition and criticism. Thought that was quite clever.
Not easy being young, eh?
No. He said he started writing this song as a trainee, so obviously it sort of has it feels more authentic to how he would have felt then than how he would have felt as like Sugar of BTS.
Yep. And then the next line is, "I have a long way to go, but why am I running in place?" V's pointing out that many like older people tell them like, "Oh, you've got a long way to go," and like this is only the beginning, but it feels like nothing is getting accomplished. It's using up all the energy on things that just keep repeating on itself. And then he says, "I scream out in frustration, but the empty air echoes. I hope tomorrow will be different from today. I'm just wishing."
Oh, sad.
Sad, yeah.
JK says, "Follow your dreams like a breaker," which is used in Spine Breaker.
I'm not sure what they mean by like a breaker.
Well, it's just a reference to working hard, right? The back-breaking efforts that you put in.
Oh, yeah.
And how this type of hard work is needed to follow your dreams. So keep working hard until you're almost broken.
That makes sense.
Even if it breaks down, or better, follow your dreams like a breaker, even if it breaks down. Don't ever run backwards, never.
Yeah.
Because the dawn right before the sunrise is the darkest. even in the far future, never forget the you of right now. Wherever you are right now, you're just taking a break. Don't give up, don't get too far away tomorrow. Instead of like blaming yourself for not being good enough, just think like, I've achieved so much so far, and although I'm not at like this end goal, you're further than where you started.
Yeah, I think like you're in a situation that sort of seems very hopeless in a way, but you can't sort of let that defeat you, like let it take the dream away from you. It's saying like, even if you do need to take a short break, that's not you giving up. You can't get away from what you're working towards. It's got a bit of an early Paradise kind of vibe.
The don't get too far away tomorrow is the I hope my dream is coming.
Yeah.
Because like if you live for the tomorrow all the time and you're always, when I graduate, I'll be happy. When I get married, I'll be happy. When I buy a house, I'll be happy. Like if you're always chasing after that next thing, I really want that happiness to be tomorrow. I want that day where I feel like I've achieved something to not be too far away because I'm working so hard.
Yeah. And they also put in the note about don't forget the you of right now. They've got quite a lot of songs, even like of the much later songs that are like, oh yeah, but we remember all the hard work and like we blah blah. It's interesting that that sort of thought also came before they'd found all the success. So they're sort of emphasizing the importance of like staying grounded. And I wrote that I think it's, even though he wrote it as a trainee, probably like about like trying to support himself, like chasing his career in music. But it's easy to draw parallels with them sort of battling through the early years of BTS when they weren't successful and like had a lot of opposition, but they continued to believe and work hard, even though like it might have seemed hopeless and they might have like almost run out of money or they might have almost broken up or whatever.
It is nice.
And then RM comes with his verse.
Yep. So he says, the tomorrow we've been waiting for becomes the name of yesterday at some point. Tomorrow becomes today. Today becomes yesterday. Tomorrow becomes yesterday, and it is behind me. Life isn't about living along, but living through. As you live through, you'll disappear someday. If you keep spacing out, you'll be swept away.
Yep.
Beautiful. That's more on the Paradise line. Every day is a dream. Or every day should be cherished and celebrated as if you've achieved something.
Oh, see, I didn't think it was about that. I thought it was about Control C, Control V. It's a bit of a drudge at the moment. Like every day keeps being difficult, keeps being hard. But if I sort of just go with the flow and lose sight of why I'm doing this, then I'll get swept away. The part that I thought was like Paradise was the whole, you can take a break without being a failure.
Yeah.
Yep. He says, if you ain't got no guts, trust, it'll all become yesterday anyway, so what's the use? I wanted to become happy and strong, but why am I getting weaker? Where am I going? I'll probably flow somewhere. Is there an end to this maze? Last year I probably related to this. Obviously we just come out of COVID, like properly being able to like travel and stuff, so I'd made loads of plans being like, oh, I'm going here on holiday, and it were always like, oh, I can't wait to go to Bulgaria. Went to Bulgaria, and now I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to this place, and it went, and then I'm like, it had gone so fast and I didn't really like hold it in. How do you like fully cherish it?
I think within that you need to take the time to reflect and appreciate the moment as it is. I think sometimes that's a bit harder when you're rushing and you're trying to get from place to place. But maybe the advice is build more time in your travel schedule next time.
Yeah, but like even after a concert, like we got out and we're like, I've just pretty much just forgot what just happened.
Yeah, it's a blur. That's why we're going to the cinema.
I'm going twice. Friday, I'm getting rocked about.
Oh,
they're going to rock me again.
Wow. Like One Direction.
So then it says, tomorrow keep walking, we're too young to stop. Tomorrow open the door. When the dark night passes, a bright morning will come. When tomorrow comes, the bright light will shine. So don't worry, this isn't a stop, just a pause in your life for a break. Turn up your thumbs and press play so everyone can see. I've got that if you take a break, you can always like continue at the same point. But sometimes obviously it feels longer to like resume doing what you were doing to try get where you're going. If it feels like you're at like the worst place possible, just have to be reminded that like the sunlight will be there soon.
Yeah, I guess I wrote that the message of the song seems to be that even if you experience setbacks and are discouraged, you should continue to struggle towards your dream, essentially. But it's okay to take a break, and that doesn't mean you're giving up. Even if the days sort of seem to blend into each other without too much progress, it's helpful and good to hope for a better tomorrow. I wrote that it touches that frustration with opportunities for young people to progress, and like we've talked about previously, how younger people have to work harder than previous generations to achieve much less. Plus the sort of grim prospects for improving your financial status and or social standing through education and or hard work that we've also talked about before. I guess they're trying to encourage people to remain optimistic and to sort of keep going and trying to chase their dreams, because I guess otherwise you're sort of proving the doubters right. I guess sitting around feeling discouraged isn't going to get you anywhere either. So you might as well keep working towards tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to come anyway, like RM said. And I put that obviously it's a society where very hard work is very much the norm. And I wrote that I imagine deciding that you need a break from work or studies because you're burnt out or something like that would feel even more tricky there. And you'd maybe feel even more like a failure there than you do here. And I feel like it already is quite tricky here.
And you've got the incessant competition, right? Because of that, 80% are college educated and only 30% have got college educated jobs. So actually then taking a break, which is normal and fair in a very hard-working society, you could be at risk of losing whatever you've achieved. If trying to get what you've achieved is not manifesting and you want to take a break, you almost feel like you can't.
And if you take a break, you fall behind.
If you take a break, you fall behind, because there's always someone who hasn't taken a break who is literally on your heels.
I think it's quite relatable as well. Since I read the lyrics, I kept thinking about them. I think the feeling that you're sort of working hard and doing everything right, but you're sort of stuck in the same place, like in your career, or especially like if you're ending up in a situation like this, like they're describing here, where you have a bit of a dead-end job. It's not what you want to do, but you're trying to do it while you sort of struggle towards what you want to do, but you're not getting anywhere. And it's like, even if you're at like a job that maybe is a sort of a step in the right direction for your dream, like you've got your foot in the door, but you're working hard, doing everything right, and no one's sort of offering you that step up. That's definitely something that I felt is helpful in giving you some inspiration and motivation, I've found since reading the lyrics. And as well as like towards what's hopefully a brighter tomorrow.
And the belief that tomorrow will come.
Sugar talked about this for quite a while when he talked about the making of the album, and he said he worked on it with Slow Rabbit. He was in charge of most of the pre-production and he made the beat, and then they worked together on the arrangement. But whilst they were doing that, his appendix burst, so he had memories of working on the lyrics in the hospital. And he said that Slow Rabbit wrote the like follow your dream like breaker bit of the chorus, and Yoongi then wrote the because the dawn before the sunrise is the darkest, the whole end of the chorus he wrote essentially. But he said he had some regrets about it, because while he was in the hospital he couldn't work as fast as he would have normally. He said he had some regrets and like wondered what it would have been like if he had been able to do more and work more on the song.
Jeez.
Yeah, but he said he feels most attached to this song out of the whole album, so that is nice though.
That is nice.
Yeah. All right. Performances.
Are any of these of the era?
I think the first one, because it's the Wake Up Tour, which is the Japanese school era tour.
Perfect.
I wrote that it's the inferior orange hair Yoongi, which he had the beautiful orange hair for PTD LA, which I miss dearly. But yeah, it's got a lot of leather trousers. Some of the slow choreo looks a bit weird, I've put. But the hook is good when they do the like weird thigh move out to the side and then they switch sides. And JK's at the front.
JK's wearing those amazing jeans.
Goes hard on those, yeah.
All ripped.
I did put McNeilline look pretty good, especially JK with his all black look.
Exactly. As you can still tell, I'm agonizing over my best look.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got the ripped jeans
and the vest,
loose t-shirt, vest, and like a blazer. and they seem to have sorted his hair.
Yeah, they've really fixed his hair.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't look bad either with the backwards baseball cap.
Yeah. I really just didn't like his shirt because the weird stripes, they're not chevrons, but they look a bit like chevrons, and it just reminded me of that awful tattoo that Liam Payne has from One Direction. Yeah. But the rest of it is fine. But then I must really have been in a One Direction moment when I wrote these notes, because I put Jimin's hair looks good, but he's wearing his shirt like a cape like Zayn Malik used to do. And then I put Jin and J-Hope both have ugly jackets.
They do. And RM's got the blonde, like the shaved sides are coming through brown.
I think RM looks fine. It's just the really long chain. Bugs me.
It doesn't need it.
It's
fine. This Tomorrow choreo is dreadful.
I like it so we've linked some later performances, and it's good in that. It's just that I think maybe they're a little out of sync for some of those slow parts. I've heard that dancing slow moves is harder
in time, yeah.
So maybe that's what's getting them.
Thoughts on that one? Do you think JK looks great, not great?
It looks mature-ish. I think maybe if he took his blazer off.
Yeah.
Cheeky. He's just in a vest, you pervert.
The blazer looks a bit officey, but
bring on the Calvin Klein.
I don't hate it. Yeah. JK, please.
Please
do
it. Come on.
Please do it. I know you want to.
You're old enough now.
Yeah. You want to show us those abs.
We want to focus on the abs.
People will die.
What? Literally. Book my coffin.
The internet shall implode. For sure. Yeah, it would be awesome.
And if anyone's going to do it, it's
him.
JK.
Yeah.
There is a new billboard that's just been put up in Sheffield. I hope it's on that.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Every day, like, oh my guy.
Oh my
like,
God.
oh, why are you late? Why did you miss it? I'm like, oh, I got distracted.
Do you know what's also a banger?
What?
The next performance.
Yes.
Do you know who looks particularly great?
Jimin.
V.
They've all got their I think it's from the Run MV. V's got the leather jacket with all the writing on it. Is that the Dennis the Menace cardigan?
Yeah, that's the Dennis the Menace cardigan on JK. Yeah.
JK that you don't like.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, I love. Tasha, you're gonna hate this, but I love Jin's leopard print cardigan. He's great.
Well, she hates animal print.
I know. Yeah. Jimin looks good as well in his blue. He's got the blue denim jacket with the red hair that we loved from Dope.
Is this not of the era?
Sugar Sky Cool Bomber. Yeah, no, this is not of the era. I think we've talked about a different
before, because we've talked about the Dennis the Menace jacket.
Yeah, we have. But yeah, they've blown up a lot though. So this Wake Up tour, which was the first performance, was from January, February 2015, and this tour November, December 2015. So this is the same year.
In the course of 7 months,
10 months,
they just blew up.
Yeah, they've blown up a lot.
Yeah, even JK's got he's got the chin. They've all got chin definition. Did they all go and have joint neck lipo?
Yeah.
Use that to cut bread.
Yeah, this one's better. The choreo's better as well. The third one, though, is when the visuals are peak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we're in 2019.
I think it's 2017 is DNA era, because the hair. They're all in these tight-fitting suits, and they've all got the stripy t-shirt things underneath, and they're mighty fine.
Yeah.
And they've changed so much, and they're such pros. And I think the choreo looks amazing here.
It's very crisp. Yeah, they know.
They couldn't look awkward on stage.
They don't have an awkward body in their bones.
Yeah.
They don't have an awkward bone in their body. I did say that Junie's styling looks out of place because everyone else is in black and white and he's wearing a rainbow shirt.
Well, everyone else has pastel stripy t-shirts.
Not my boy, he's gone primary colours. But
busy.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, his strawberry blonde hair.
The strawberry blonde with the little side.
Yeah,
flip.
Yeah.
He can party on my body all day long. Party.
Yeah. We've seen this stage before where it's like the stage where it's the fans are enclosed in the stage. If I ever wanted to be in a performance, it'd be this one. I'd want to be in that little
Right, are we happy with Tomorrow? Anyone have any final thoughts?
It slaps.
It slaps. It does. Yeah, agreed. It's a great song.
It's fine.
Oh, I don't think
it slaps.
You know
I don't think it slaps like Boy in Love slaps. That slaps me all over the show.
It slaps in a different way, in a deep way. It's a deep slap.
Yeah, I liked the lyrics. The lyrics were better than when I heard it.
Oh, I quite like it. I think it's it's good, and obviously the lyrics help. It probably is the most profound song on the album, I'd say.
Yeah, because it's not about love.
Guy who wrote the BTS The Review book, Kim Young-dae, he said that this is his favorite BTS song of all time.
Wow. Oh, he's not going to be happy with me.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God, I'm not going to be happy with you.
Do you know what else slaps?
What?
The Cypher.
Yeah.
I love this Cypher.
No.
I literally love this Cypher.
You said to me a few weeks ago that you were like, it's an attack on my ears. I hate it so much.
Well, I have since changed my mind.
Yeah?
But I think, obviously, this Cypher's come after Busan. So I know what a Cypher looks like. So that's problematic because I can't get that rap line solo out of my head and my subconscious.
It's amazing.
But also, I feel like this Cypher's just longer.
It's
really long. So it actually feels like 3 rap line solos supported by the others throughout.
Yeah.
To the point that I'm like, midway through the Cypher, about to get on the tube, I'm in RM's bit, and I'm like, wait, I gotta wait for Youngie's bit. So I just stand there at the top of the stairs of the tube to let RM finish, and then be like, well, I can't stop now. Youngie is gonna proper drop some beats, and I need to stand here and I need to listen to it, and I'm gonna get on the tube like a proper bad bitch. And I stood there at the tube, and I was like, yeah, get it, Youngie. Get it. Yeah. Yes. And then I was like, Christina's going to be just over the moon about this moment that I just experienced where I waited for Youngie's final rap because it does build.
It does.
It builds because J-Hope's a good rapper, and then RM's coming in and he's spitting like into episode and like there's no tomorrow. And then you're like, Jesus Christ, RM, you're doing such a brilliant job. And then fucking lead rapper Min Youngie's ear, and you've never heard rap like it before.
No,
you don't even know. So and that was before I'd even read the lyrics.
Yeah. It's good. It's a really good Cypher. But yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah,
I'm forgiving you for your just one day video take.
This Cypher slap. Nice. And then I was really annoyed that there wasn't more performances.
Yeah, it sucks.
Hardly any.
I know.
One.
Yeah, they should have done this in Busan as well. Please just do all 4. Cypher medley. Not even medley, just all 4.
And this feels like a proper Cypher because it's like they've got the Cypher going.
They're going in. I think they're wanting to show off their rap skills.
For the hip hop, because all of the hip hop haters.
For the hip hop haters,
yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
yeah.
Well, they do a really good job with him.
They do. So this one, it's called BTS Cypher Part 2, Triptych. Do we know what a triptych is?
I don't know what a triptych is.
So a triptych, for those of you that haven't had an art history education, super useful in times like these. It's a triptych is an artwork in 3 parts. So normally they would make altarpieces back in like the Middle Ages, and sometimes they needed to like bring them from churches to churches because not all churches had an altarpiece. So they would paint them. There would be like one middle section that was big, and then they'd have like 2 door sections that you would fold in on the middle section. So you would typically paint like Jesus on the cross or a Virgin and Child or whatever in the middle section, and then on the sides you'd paint a biblical scene but not necessarily the same. It's an artwork that has 3 distinct panels, essentially.
Like these boys.
Exactly, yeah. It's a genius title. Yeah. Because these raps, they don't really...
No.
Like, they're not even... The beat's not the same. Like, it's very much 3 separate sets of rap.
And then, you know what also is mental? Is that RM and Youngie do a verse, then a bridge straight after.
Yeah.
Like, they've just done a verse, like a whole like minute, and then bridge, not someone else, me. I'm going to take... Go.
Yay. Okay, nice. Okay. So for this one, I will mention that, as you alluded to when you talked about the rap haters, some people have drawn parallels between these lyrics, probably especially Suga's verse, and this interview that RM and Suga did back in November of 2013. They went on this hip hop podcast. In the lead up, they were advertised as the only idol rappers, quote unquote, in attendance. And they also spelled Suga as sugar on the poster.
Vanilla.
Yeah. I know. It was hosted by this guy, Kim Bong-hyun. There's Kieran, which is the guy in the red hat. And then there's B-Free, who's the guy who's like giving them the most trouble. There's Deep Flow, who RM has known since 2009 when he auditioned for something called Big Deal Squad, where Deep Flow was a member. So these are like guys from the rap scene, essentially, that some of them...
Who they also know, right?
Some of them RM would have known, yeah. I don't think Suga knew them. And there was a guy called Don Mills who featured on a track with RM in 2015. So after this, and then a guy called Freddy, who RM in the interview reveals that auditioned for BTS. During the interview, they face a lot of sexist backlash, I'd say, mainly in terms of all these hip-hop guys thinking that they sold out to the idol company. They used to work several part-time jobs and like think that hardship is just something that all hip-hop artists sort of have to go through to get their career off the ground. And they accused BTS of being girls, quote unquote, because they dance and wear makeup. They say that quite a few times. Obviously not good. And then Junia and Yoongi both remain very sort of calm and composed. And then Yoongi tells the story about selling his songs for less than 10 won. Obviously, we know from having been to Korea that 10 won is like nothing.
Yeah, 1,000 won is 70p.
Yeah. And he felt like there needed to be a sort of a bridge between the labels that can put things in place for you in order to be profitable and the hip-hop environment that he came from, where he really admired the artists, but they couldn't support themselves with the music and sort of get their message out there. So there should be a way to link the worthwhile messages and the talent with the money and the resources, which is when they were like, no, but you should have just worked part-time jobs and like powered through because, yeah. Anyway, I've linked the interview if anyone wants to watch it, but be warned, it's quite uncomfortable. This guy, Be Free, also posted an apology on Twitter in 2019, but fans have debated how sincere he was. He said something like, to BTS and all their fans, like, I'm really sorry for all the pain I've caused, etc.
Well, but then he'd have been getting the hit, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was many years later.
Well, that's it, right? If you're from a toxic rap scene that's full of twats, of course you're going to write songs about toxic masculinity to try and fit in.
Yeah, and also I think there's a point where RM's like, well, if you listen to the album, then you'll get to hear that it's quite like hip hop heavy, and the guy's like, well, I've not listened to the album, like I just know. Well, you know, 1, 2, 3, when Yoongi says like, even without listening to it, I just know it's shit because it's idol music. That's what he's getting at, I think.
Yeah, it's like, go listen to my Cypher, bring it back to me.
Exactly. So it starts with this like faded little intro bit where it ends in, you can holla at my BTS. And then J-Hope asks, because of who? Because of J-Hope. Because of who? Because of Rapmon. Again, because of who? Because of Suga. All the style and flow is because of Bangtan.
Bangtan style.
Bangtan style.
Hip-hop.
And then he starts his verse. The kids who lead the 21st century Hallyu have started to play. And I would put that's a solid prediction. And then he says, we're 7 wolves gathering lambs with a trap. We keep driving forward, Titans on the beat, which is a reference to Attack on Bangtan, which is based on the Attack on Titan manga. Yep. And then he says, Bangtan Cypher right here, Psycho right here. Whoever's in the ring will win. Rap fighter right here. We're different. And then this bit where he does this weird Italian accent thing. When he goes, non hayo, non bio, which apparently translates best to like, I'm high, you're by, as in like I'm coming and you're going, you're leaving. Nice. Burning tires, we run. Hot choir, captivating K-pop like Psy.
Nice.
My rap is huge. I'll say it right in your ear. Fuck that. Our attack got more violent than ever. Don't need long explanations. Just explain with a rap. BTS, follow the leader. Let's go now. What? I will say that I had to pick out some highlights from Arm's verse because it's really long.
Go through the whole thing?
No.
Can we shout out at the top?
Most of it, though.
We shout out at the top the beautiful intersection of Korean and English throughout?
Yes.
So, like, I read the lyrics of the Cypher, and then I was like, these slap. I'm going to go look at them in Korean and then see how many English words are there. They're not at the end. They're not in sentences together. They're just popped in. Yeah. Like an absolute lyrical genius of two languages.
So many of them have, this is why I can't do all of Arm's verse, because so many of it's double meaning.
Double meaning, yeah.
Yeah. For the rap line songs, if you're going to read lyrics, look them up on Dosa Bangtan, because she takes really good care to explain like what the wordplay is, what the double meaning is, like in much more detail than you get anywhere else. Yeah, Aram then does his very quick but long verse. It starts off with some sort of prep chat as well, including when he goes like, right. right. Yeah. And then he goes, I'm a rap viper, a complete psycho. If I were a dicer, hey, I'd have all the dice. Cypher, if you're nice, I'm nicer. If you're Pride,
then I'm a Chrysler.
Yeah. Pride is a small compact car model sold by Kia, apparently.
No.
Yeah. I'm a Chrysler. That means I'm priceless. And I'm going to try and read these lyrics without sounding like I'm trying to rap, which is sometimes a bit hard.
No, go for it. Spit those bars.
Who are you to grade my rap with your knowledge? This is One Piece. I'm a white beard. You guys are just long beards. Catfish in one word. Fuck it. So One Piece is a manga where there's a character called Whitebeard, and he's the strongest man in the world. And he has a handlebar mustache like a catfish. So he's saying other rappers just imitate him and become like catfish, like people online like catfish, pretending to be someone they're not.
Legend.
Very, very clever. And according to the Dawson Bangtan lyrics as well, she said the phrase, it's catfish, to put it in one word, but it resembles this other phrase. Like it's slang for screwing someone over. So it can also be like, I screw you over with one word.
Nice.
Yeah. And then he says, hee hee ha ha, beep beep, beep beep. I'm going 300 kilometers an hour. I follow the steps to becoming greater. Again, the phrase that he uses to say becoming greater is Cholchatakma, which literally means to like polish precious stones by chiseling, filing, and shining them. And it means to sort of diligently and thoroughly cultivate one's learning. So he's saying he's like studied hard. He's worked on his craft.
Like a little diamond.
I won't discriminate, but catch them all. Tombstone, which is apparently a reference to the 2014 Liam Neeson movie, A Walk Among the Tombstones, which is about a private detective trying to catch a killer. So he's going to catch them all, catch all the killers. And then he says, knock, knock, knock out, fire in the hole, bitch, bing, bing, pow, pow.
You'll cry and look for your dad.
You'll cry and look for your dad.
You are my dad, RM.
My voice constricts the necks of rap miners. The PC room is closed now. So apparently he uses minja, which is slang for underage. And it's required by law that individuals under the age of 18 cannot stay in the PC room, after 10 p.m. So immature rappers will have to leave when I announce the time at 10 p.m. is what he's saying. You're rap minors. Yeah. And then he says, this is kingdom. I'm a king. You're dumb. But apparently dumb also, dumb in Korean means like a freebie or an extra. Like someone you get like,
nice. And then you got the bubblegum rap.
Yeah. I chew you and swallow your bubblegum. But chew apparently is also used as slang for like dissing someone. See? All these double meanings. And then he says, above a running man is a flying man, then a man who's riding the flying man. That's me, a guy who's even worse than Rain. So Rain is a K-pop singer from JYP who's got a song called Bad Guy. Yeah. And then he's the above the running man is a flying man is an idiom, meaning that you'll always find someone better than you and at what you do. So RM is saying that he's even better than the flying man. So he's on top of the flying man.
Oh, if only I had that level of confidence.
Yeah, he's very confident in this era.
Yeah, he is dropping it.
Yeah. And then he says, I rip up your eardrums. Boom, boom, boom. This is the curse of my dawn. And that's a reference to Dawn of the Dead, which is a 2004 zombie movie, which you get from the next bit, which is a nightmare, a riot, serial murder, robbery, doom, 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 doom. You're like a cacao talk with no friends. I don't have anything to do with you. But apparently the way that he's written the phrase, it could also mean that you don't have any notifications. And it's also very close to a phrase for using the bathroom, which relates to the next line where he says, did you already wet your pants? Sorry, there's no bathroom. I put the whole world on my tongue. I play with big boys. On the CD or on the TV, you can see me, envy me. It's a pity, GG. And then there's this long English section in the middle where he says, bitch, I'm a monster. I rap with a prospect. Yeah, I rap with a mindset. I'm a suspect. Sucker, where your rhymes at? Where your lines at? I'm the king. I'm the god. So where my emperor is at? I parachute on my Neverland. I'm a Peter Pan. So this will never end. You know, when I ride on my G5, you sit first class and satisfy. I keep giggling, keep jiggling. Bring your booking mic. And then he goes back to Korean. Bitch, do you want to fight? Youngs who are sick with pride and strange beliefs get astonished by my 8 bars. You old caterpillars, dirty. I'll give you this beat. I'll give it a try, you pest. Start talking when you can actually rap. There should be a law restricting you from rapping. And then
Hobie's back. Where my boy's at?
And then he does the because of who bit again. But this time he ends it in us 3 gather together and shout out a new generation. And then on the second time he goes, the next hitter will rap on top of this beat.
And it's a different beat. The song's changed. Yeah. It could be another song.
And then Sugar goes on the longest verse ever.
That's what she thinks of RM's verse.
Okay, sorry. What do you think of RM's verse?
I quite like it. It's really sticking it.
Yes, getting on board with the Cyphers. Love it. Good. Okay,
Come on.
let's power through Sugar's verse.
Lead rapper Min Yoongi hitters.
Yes. So he says, my domain is dopeman.com. Scolded many with a mic. Your speech and actions are like shackles. I'm being charged for assault with my tongue.
Again, cheeky.
Yeah.
He's going to do the little side tongue lick.
Yeah, he is. And then he says, full of piety, you're a born believer since birth. But apparently the term that he uses here really means ever since birth, you couldn't do anything. If you're going to whine about this beat, just go home early. And this is a wordplay or the censoring issue. So the lyric is Borahae, which means go home early from school or work. But he actually raps Jotte, which means get fucked up. So yeah. Look at those stubborn, preachy hip-hop oldies with their stiff necks. When you play underground, BTS plays above ground. So he's insinuating that like he and RM have leveled up since their underground rapping days. Compared to you who sleeps all night, I'm a workaholic, shopaholic, overspend on pens. I've bought more than you have fans.
Because he's written more lyrics than they've got fans, not just because he can really buy pens.
No. Yeah. And also in Korean, because they don't use F, like the F sound, pens and fans will be homonyms. Go like pens. Yeah. I go all in. When I kick the ball, goal in, I'm balling. My voice even bewitches your girlfriend. As in like
cheeky.
Gets them horny. She's written that's how you should read it.
You said that on V-Live, right?
That was when someone was saying like, oh, BTS look like girls. And he was like, I shouldn't pay attention to this. I shouldn't. But actually, you know, I can make your girlfriend scream louder than you can just by hitting the follow button.
Yeah, the follow button.
He said. Yeah.
Swag.
Yeah, he's got it. The studio is my playground, and my partners are pen and paper. If I'm the sun, you're the moon. Because when I rise, you go down.
Nice.
You bastards, judging the value of hip hop. Your crappy rap is a burden to others. So apparently here he references a TV show where people get their family heirlooms like appraised and like
Antiques Roadshow.
Yes, he's saying like they're judging the value of hip hop like on Antiques Roadshow. And then he says, take a break. You go to Hawaii. Go home. So apparently, you go to Hawaii is a famous line from a 2001 Korean film called Friend. But this guy, Be Free, who was dissing them, also grew up on Hawaii. Yeah.
Go back to Hawaii, lad.
Exactly. And then he says, watch how far I go. A big upset when no one expected a decisive win. Go look for more part-time jobs. Yeah. This is because Be Free in the interview, he keeps being like,
oh, you need to work more part-time jobs.
Well, he kept saying, like, when Yoongi was like, I sold my songs for 10 won, he was like, yeah, but everyone goes through that. Like, I worked like 3 part-time jobs. And he's like, you just go look for more part-time jobs, man. Which is really funny. It's probably not worth trying with your short and thin career. I hope you survive. Keep rotting away. Your rap is recycled. So in Paldergangsan, we talked about the Anabada movement. Which was the movement that they had during the Asian financial crisis, where people were asked to like reuse and exchange with each other, like goods and like
the
food
community
and stuff.
Aspect.
So the name is short for Be Frugal, Share, Exchange, and Reuse. So he's saying your rap's recycled, as in like Anabada, we've reused and recycled it. Yeah. And then he says, you who uses someone else's flow that was used frugally and shared yet again reuses it. So he's taken all the terms from the Anabada movement and put it into the next line as well, which is cool. And the frugal, I guess, means he's sort of saying that this guy's copying but doing a lesser job. But in the interview with Be Free, there's quite a long section where Be Free is going off at Junie about copying Kanye West's flow on one of their teaser trailers. I think it's the comeback trailer for Or You Late Too. But Junie explains in the interview that he did that intentionally because they'd planned on using Kanye's song for the comeback trailer, but then they couldn't due to censoring. So they had to work the dance and things to a different song. So because of that, he had written new Korean lyrics to the same song and then rapped them to Kanye's style so that the feel of the track would remain the same, so that the dance and everything would fit. And this guy Be Free was all like, no, I was so upset because I'm a huge Kanye stan and like stealing flow is such a big deal. And yeah, he says, hey bitches, know that you're embarrassing. With just 24 bars, I'll make you lie down sick. Compared to your size, your rap is so fragile. So in the interview, obviously the other rappers are a lot bigger than Junie and Yoongi because they're still really young. He says, like your parents, my heart hurts every time I see you. I'll draw a period onto the artery of your music career. Haha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolute. Just cut him fucking new pair of shoes and trousers.
He is not taking any
Absolutely
hate from
slaps.
these guys. It's a good Cypher. I like it a lot.
It's a banging Cypher.
Yeah, they're able to show off their like skill set. Arms are so powerful, and Yoongi's rap is so fast.
Mm-hmm. And even Hobie's rap. Hobie's a very good hype rapper. He opens it. He brings the bridges. They're very complimentary.
Mm-hmm. I like the lyrics as well because they're obviously really shows their sting and their anger, but they're full of this like clever wordplay, and it sort of allows them to show off their technique.
Poets.
Yeah, but also their brains. And I brought that I think the first Cypher is much more like slow in the 90s. So this is, I think, consciously probably is they're like, right now we need to show off our, like, we can actually rap. We need to show off how good we are at rapping. But no, but obviously they were making a point though, right? Yeah, because all these guys were saying like, you're not real rappers, you're girls and whatever, idol rappers. And they're like, no, actually, let's show you what we can do.
What did Yoongi say in his album review?
He said he thought he'd die while working on it because the recording was done in one day, he said. Oof. Yeah, and he said that they finished writing it just 2 days before the album went to mastering, so they recorded it all really fast. And he spent a lot of effort on the lyrics because they had to show skillful rap. He said the beat was strong, so if it was wrong or the rapping was clumsy, then it wouldn't have stood up to the beat. That's what he said, and probably that will resonate more with rappers listening to this than it does to
about oodles of raplessness.
Yeah, but he said about like the beat having this strength that he needed to sort of match with his rapping. He said they went through a lot of hardship to make it skillful. So yeah, anyone have anything to say? Do you want to say anything else? Do you have a favorite verse?
I think I'll go with Sugar's parts.
Yay.
So I like clicked on the video, the interview video, and a lot of people were like praising him, being like, oh, they weren't being like, you know, when you're in an argument and you like, you start shouting louder than them, you cutting each other off and stuff like that. Even though it's like, they're obviously being insulted and everything, they're just sitting there and taking it, but like, it's a very smart way of doing it. So like, the way he puts his lyrics in this Cypher, he knows what he's doing, and he knows he'll get a reaction off them, which is different to what their reaction was. Obviously, like, they'll be like, no, like, and he's like, why are you kicking off about it? Like, deal with it, and then, like, you know, move on from it. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, definitely. They remained
very composed.
Yeah, it was commendable for sure.
And there's not enough opportunities in life where you can take the higher ground and then just whack them with a hater song. Yeah. There's just none, actually, now that I think about it.
No.
You know, like, when am I going to send my hater emails?
Yeah, to all my colleagues and my
well, we did block that girl. In this instance, where the rap line and she's the haters.
Exactly.
One performance.
Should we talk about the one performance? Yeah, it's a good one, though.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, it's a performance from All For One. It was a 2015 music festival where RM, or Rap Monster, was one of the headliners. And
just RM was the headliner, Tasha.
He was one of the headliners at this hip-hop, I think it was a hip-hop festival. J-Hope and Suga joined him to perform the Cyphers 2 and 3 on stage. So, very cool. Very cool. My first note that I wrote is, honestly, Junie in that massive t-shirt looks kind of thick.
He does look thick. Yeah. Look, this Junie rapping in this Cypher is not the Junie I fell in love with, but I would marry this Junie in the Cypher. It's a different thing. Yeah. It's a different thing, but he is so hot and so hungry and so sweaty and just so swaggy. And then that's the man that spoke at the UN and cares about flowers and that. Like, I don't even. How can this boy be all of the things?
Yeah,
it's a complicated thing.
It is. Don't worry.
And then Yoongi looks great when he flips the hood up.
He looks great the whole time. I like his ripped jeans. He's got like the ripped, like, kind of faded blue jeans, and he's got an all black sort of baseball top type thing, black bomber and backwards hat with a bandana underneath. And his blonde hair like sticks out of the yeah.
Hobie is wearing a towel, which is sad for him.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind Hobie's towel.
I don't hate it. it's not like attractive. I don't go like, oh my god, he looks so hot in the towel, but I do think he looks cool. Yeah, I think with the logo hoodie thing and then the bucket hat, and then I don't hate the towel.
I do hate the towel. It looks like he's been to a pub, got really drunk, and then when they have them like Foster's towels on bar, to like think it looks like he's thought, fuck it, put it on his head, put his hat on and walked out. Like
nicked a towel from a pub, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are your thoughts on the Cypher?
Oh, I love it.
Better than 3 and 4?
No.
No.
This one is really cool. I still love it a lot. But I think the fourth one's better.
And then the third one, then the second one.
I don't know about the third one. I need to look into lyrics and things to write I was pleasantly surprised by this one.
I agree with Christine on this one, just listening to it wise, with the different beat changes and everything, I think it's not something that, to me, is like nice on the ears. Whereas the 4 and parts of the 3 are a lot better to listen to and be like, oh yeah, I can get this bit of a different vibe and stuff. But yeah, this one's better lyrically, but not sound-wise, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think the lyrics are good across the board, to be honest. But again, I think this one's really interesting because of the different, different beats to the different verses, and that's cool. But the other 3 and 4 are probably easier to follow and get into as songs because they feel more like coherent songs, which is obviously a conscious choice that they made here away from that. But yeah, 3 and 4 are bangers as well.
Maybe I need to go back and listen to Cypher 4 now that I've seen them in Busan. But I felt like this Cypher just sort of slapped me around the face and was like, this is what we do.
Right.
And maybe it stands out because of the rest of the album.
Yeah, maybe. I also wanted to shout out, there's a bit in Sugar's verse, presumably when he's talking about getting people's girlfriends horny, where he does a tiny little hip thrust like he did in Busan. There's a line in Cypher 3 as well about how his voice makes people horny. So that is a
complicated
thing that he does. And then the only others that I could find was they apparently did also do this on BTS Begins, but I could only find fan cams of Sugar's verse for that one. So I included it just to show that they performed it. I hate that I can't find better videos of this though. I feel like it's a crime against Rapline and people at that concert should have been doing better.
On the vid, there's not many phones.
No.
I don't know when it is, but it's not that global icon everyone must film at any time. Like, I can't see any phones.
No, there's not a lot of army with their phones out. Yeah, that's an interesting point, actually.
Yeah. Maybe they were banned. Maybe this is illegal. Or or discouraged.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah. Okay. Any final words on Cypher?
It slaps.
It slaps. It does. Thank you for listening to this part of our Skool Luv Affair series. We hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to follow us on social media.
Where can they find us on social media, Christine?
So you can find us on Instagram at GenerationBTS_. We're the same thing on TikTok and Twitter. And on YouTube, we're at GenerationBTS. If you want to email us, it's GenerationBTS, all the albums at gmail.com. And if you want to and you have time, you can rate us on Apple and Spotify and by clicking the little stars at the top.
We will see you for the next part.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.